So, what is the wannabe gangsta paradox? Well, this is my thesis. So, a gangster rapper wants to be seen as a real gangster. But of course, he is a rapper. So to be a real gangster rapper, you have to tout on yourself to prove it, right? And supposedly, I've heard that real gangsters don't tout. I think reality has proven that most gangsters tout on each other and themselves constantly by accident because they're not that bright. So there is the paradox. You want to be seen as a real gangster, but in essence, if you are a gangster rapper, what you are doing is touting on yourself through verse. And, you know, you shouldn't really be touting on yourself or your mates, should you? If you are a gangsta. There is the paradox, okay? Now, I have a case study, okay? Has anyone in the chat heard of this fella? His name is Slim Jesus. This is Slim Jesus with his smash hit song, Drill Time.
Fuck boy, you can't hang. You can find me posted up on Frank Block with my fucking gang. You ain't really bout shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Slim Jesus. So when he came out, he was a big meme, and, you know, it's obvious why he was a big meme. I bet in the chat we're going to start seeing references come into what this guy looks like, okay? And when this came out in, let's see, it was a long time ago now, 7 years ago, right? He looks identical still, by the way. He has aged, but his whole image, his whole look hasn't changed, right? Drill time.
Pull up on your block at night wearing all black and let that 40 back. I fucked your girl and I ain't even try you. That little hoe, she a fucking thought. Got her off the molly, now she rollin'. All she good for is giving top. I got loud pack, I got snow buses.
So, let's see what the chat are saying about this. Slim Jesus is the GOAT. Now, brilliant name. I like Slim Jesus. He's funny. He's good to look at. He's good to listen to. Although, this is really only his only song, right? D-Chris says, I think I've seen footage of Slim Jesus hanging around Hot Box.
Boy, but you rock this.
Yes, he does look like someone who would hang around a hot box. He is 12. 7 years ago just shows how late Northern Ireland is to drill as everything else. Yeah, that's why I was saying we need to find something new. We need to update. We need to upgrade. We need to invent something new, something cool. I would be trying, but I haven't been able to figure out how to work Ableton. He's giving Alien in a disguise.
Shit don't sound right. Thought you could sneak this and you won't get found right till you get caught.
So this guy pretty much broke the internet when he came out, obviously. I mean, look at him. It's a little kid flexing like he's a big gangman killer, right? So he was popping off. Look, will you see how many views this video has? This isn't like some underground thing. This has 62 million views, okay? And at the height of his fame, he went and did a DJ Vlad interview, right? DJ Vlad is world-renowned. People call him a snitch because he asks very probing questions, tries to get people to snitch on themselves, right? So check out what happened. This is 7 years ago, 6.4 million views. The height of Slim Jesus's wave, the crest of his wave, he does an interview with Vlad TV, and this is what happened.
You know, when you listen to your music, there's a lot of street stories. Like, how involved were you street-wise in terms of...
Street-wise, like, I mean, for the most part on the street shit, like, I got homies that are in that shit, and I know people who are, and people around me. I mean, I haven't, like, I'm not out here catching bodies and shit, obviously. Like, I'm fucking smart, but... Like, I mean, I know people, and I've been, you know, in some situations, but I'm not, like, out here fucking killing people.
Do you have
And just like that, all it took was 1 minute 14 seconds for Slim Jesus's career to completely end. Now, he did it the right way, okay? Tell people that you're not actually out there committing crimes, okay? If you're rapping about doing crimes, if you're spitting that gangsta hard shit, do not then go about outside of the music acting like you do that shit. Even if you do, especially if you do, keep that shit to yourself. So, but he did do it the right way, right? And he admitted it, right? And instead of people going, he's not admitting it. That's a smart move, right? People were so ready to get this guy, you know, out of there because he doesn't look like a gangster, because he's not a gangster. He's just some little childish looking white kid. They were so ready for him not to be a real gangster that once he said he wasn't, they just went, right, goodbye. We're not interested anymore. Your appeal is that you're a gangster and you're also a white child. Once the curtain had been dropped, people didn't give two craps, and it ended his career instantly. It took 1 minute and 14 seconds to end his career, okay? But if you are a hard man, bad man, gangster man, rapping all about it, and you do admit it, and you do walk about saying how hard you are, what a big gangster you are, you know, this is what is going to end up happening to you, right? Life or death, the fate of Murder on My Mind rapper rests with the number 8 judge rules, right? Story, rapper YNW Melly's murder trial is expected to start the week of June, but before the first juror has been picked, a judge on Friday lowered the threshold for a death sentence should he be convicted.
Balls.
So if you're going about admitting to your crimes, this is what could happen to you, right? Now, this guy's name is YNW Melly, right? There used to be a whole bunch of YNW, his mates, YNW so-and-so, YNW so-and-so. He killed them. He killed the rest of the YNW members. But his name is still YNW Melly. Okay, so here's YNW Melly's famous song, apart from the one that he did with Kanye West, which was called Split Personality. This is the video he's doing. He is now on trial facing the death sentence. The song is called Murder on My Mind, where he raps about killing one of his friends. A song which almost describes the crimes that he did. He killed both his best friends. Allegedly.
Can't even post on my Instagram, could he pussy nigga be snitching? Everybody acting suspicious. Might probably say that I'm tripping. When I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my feelings.
It's a fire song. This probably has about 100 million views. 563 million views. Listen to this chorus here.
Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks and 9s. All these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it. I got murder on my mind.
It's a bit less funny when you actually killed all of your friends, okay? So, that was the wannabe gangster paradox. This is, if you are a little wannabe gangster rapper, you want to be seen as real, so you have to go by telling everybody all about your crimes, right? You have to tout on yourself to prove what a gangster you are. But people say that real gangsters don't tout. There is the paradox of the little wannabe gangster rapper, okay? So I'm saying, Slim Jesus did it the right way. Rapped about it in the songs. The second he was asked about it outside of the songs, he says, no, I don't do any of that shit. YNW Melly, on the other hand, did songs all about murder and killing. He tried to prove what a big bad man gangster killer he is. He is now facing life in prison, if not the death penalty. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation, and I hope my case study was enough to convince you that this paradox is a real thing, and it's easier just to deny everything. Okay? Now, I also have a final note here that just says, if you have to ching a man up, your life is shite. Okay?
It's sad to think